Hey everybody, this is Don Hahn, and we're on our way to a really special place that is absolutely packed with Disney history, and we're going there just for you because we miss you, and boy, our Disney Vacation Club members are really special to us. So here's a little Disney history just for you, and I hate to travel alone, so I'm going to take a friend of mine, somebody that you'll know because he's a Disney legend. So here we go, special place, Disney legend, hold on tight. Well, we're here in Griffith Park, which is not too far from the Walt Disney Studios, which is right over here. Walt Disney's house is up in the Los Feliz area. And I'm here to meet a Disney legend. And I think he's somewhere right around here. Bill. It's Don. Get up.
Don, oh,
get up.
hi. Hi, Don.
Hi, how long have you been here? Oh my God.
Oh, I've been here all night.
And I brought you here because I want to show you an amazing place. I think you may have been here before.
Yes.
But there's some cool secrets inside. So walk with me a little bit. Now, you have been the voice of Goofy for how many years?
In this coming January, 2022, it'll be 35 years.
Are you kidding? What was your first movie or your first project?
It was called Disney's Doggone Valentine,
Of
a
course it was,
DTV
yes.
television show where I had to replace a line of dialogue, and they liked it enough. They've been keeping me all these years.
And you were hired.
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, I've certainly been around long enough to work with you, which has made me a lucky man, and here it is. So this is Walt Disney's barn. And in the first place, a lot of people don't know Walt Disney had a barn.
No, you'd think he had a house.
Yeah, no, and he must have been very cramped living in here. But this was his railroad kind of barn, I guess. I mean, it's funny because when I thought of a railroad barn, I thought of you and I, because we know nothing about railroad barns. No. So, but to help us out, we have somebody great here. Doug Marsh is here. Doug, come on up and say hi.
Well, hello
Doug,
there. So good to see you again. And
thanks for meeting us here.
And nice to see all of you.
Doug is the trained professional, unlike us, to tell us a little bit about Walt Disney's barn. So, why is this here?
Yeah, why is it here?
This is, you would call this Walt's man cave. This was his happy place. It was built in 1950 in his backyard. He had a backyard that's a little bigger than our backyard. It was called Yensid Valley. He leveled out an area.
Yensid,
right.
Meaning Disney backward.
You are good.
I can spell.
Bill Farmer,
Good.
ladies and gentlemen, Bill Farmer.
Yes.
Spelling bee champion.
So he built the barn because he loved barns from his childhood in Marceline, Missouri when he was a little boy.
Yes.
He worked on the railroads.
Yes.
He said they were the happiest years of his life. But he never forgot the importance of that little farm and those trains when he was a little boy. So when they built their house in 1950, he'd already seen trains at Ward Kimball's house. And then Ollie Johnston had miniature trains in his backyard.
I feel left out. I don't have any trains at home.
Well,
The day is young. Yeah. Well, we're actually going to help you out to your car with this. We'd like to gift this to you. This is a train that Walt bought and never restored, or what's the heck?
Yeah, what's the story on this?
Walt actually purchased this at the famous Bassett Loke miniature shop in England. It got water damage in the crossing, and so he never actually operated it in his backyard. The one he ran in his backyard was the Lilly Bell, which is currently at the Family Museum in the Presidio.
Right.
And that was based on the Central Pacific 173. It's a 1/8 scale replica of the full-size Victorian original. At Disneyland, engine number 1 is a 5/8 scale replica.
5/8.
Meaning
That's
it's
much bigger.
Right, 5 times bigger than the 1/8 scale.
Is that right?
5/8 the size of the
wow.
full size, except for the cab. And you know why they didn't create a 5/8 size cab?
You would need little teeny people.
5/8 scale people.
Bill Farmer once again.
There you
Thank
go. You know what? You should come here and do the tours.
I'd love to. I'd love to.
Wouldn't that be great? You could have
Yes.
like Goofy doing a tour. Or...
And no one would
Get on
argue
the
with
train, folks.
It's a natural. Why Carrollwood?
Carrollwood Drive was the address that they had, and so Walt called it the Carrollwood Pacific Railroad. From 1950 to 1953,
Yeah.
Walt had people come by just about every weekend. This, of course, is the layout of the Carrollwood.
That was a huge layout then.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And did
Could
it
have
have
a golf course down there?
Yeah, it could have been. What's this? These things, are they?
Well, Walt started out with a figure 8. You can
And
see
that's
that.
the track?
That's the track, the yellow. And of course, being Walt Disney, he started saying, well, you know, I could add some sidings and some tunnels. And then he came home one night very excited. He says, Lilly, we can run the track all the way around the house all the way down the side, have a trestle come down the side yard in here. Well, Lilly said, well, I'm going to have formal flower beds in the side yard.
Yes.
He said, oh, okay. So he went back, talked it over with the engineers, came back and said, I've got the perfect solution. We'll put a tunnel in the side yard.
Wow.
You can have your flowers, I can have my trains. She knew Walt would get what he wanted. So that's what they did.
And Bill, you tunneled through your backyard a few years ago, am I right?
Yes, we did. Actually, the Gophers did, but that's
really?
as close as I got.
had heard it was you, but okay, good.
Well, Hessie, little Luke, come on out. The barn's on fire.
We have a lot of things that belonged to the major players. This is one of Walt's hats.
No,
That's
come
Walt's
on.
hat?
One of the pork pie hats, that Lilly hated.
Which she allegedly hated it. Yes.
Allegedly did, yes. And then we've got things that belonged to Ward Kimball and Ollie Johnston. And then we even have some things that belong to Roger Broggie, who was the head of the Disney Studio Machine Shop.
Oh my
Amazing.
goodness.
Yeah.
Now, like Ward Kimball was a huge train guy. In fact, all these people animated Goofy at one time or another. So do you feel a kinship to
Oh,
them?
absolutely. It's why I have a career today. It's because of their work.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
What is Goofy?
Well, he's not a dog. Pluto's a dog.
Come on.
No, Pluto is a dog, but Goofy is, the way I say it, he is a mog. He's a man dog. He's in the canine family like a wolf. Is not a dog, but Canis goofus, I think is the scientific.
I remember that from high school math, yeah. And you do Pluto's voice too, don't you?
Woo! For about 35 years.
No, really?
Absolutely. And I can do it in all languages.
Can we try, if I throw out a language, you'll try one.
Yeah.
Italian,
Woo!
German,
Woo!
Japanese.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Farmer, once
Thank you.
again, in many languages.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to the little mining town of Rainbow Ridge, the gateway to nature's wonderland.
Well, we're very, very proud to have this here. This was built by a gentleman named Sam Toller, and he is now, you'll be happy to know, part of Walt Disney Imagineering.
Really?
This is a tabletop model representation of the mine train through nature's wonderland.
Which used to be an attraction
yes.
at Disneyland.
Did
Which I
either
totally-
of you
No,
experience
I did not.
this?
I did not.
Mr. Hahn did as a young child.
Wow. So you remember you started here
Yes.
in Rainbow Ridge.
Rainbow Ridge.
And then you'd go through a tunnel and you come out in Beaver Valley. And then, of course, you go through the Painted Desert. And it actually climaxes in the Rainbow Caverns.
So how'd the barn get here from Walt's backyard?
It was actually moved on behalf of the Walt Disney Family Foundation.
Oh, God bless him. That's great.
And then it is currently administered by the Carrollwood Foundation. Mm-hmm. And what they did is they dismantled it. What you see is 80% of Walt Disney's original barn.
Yes.
And like if you look at the side doors here, you can actually see on one side it says L,
Yep.
and on the other side it says R, which knows this is the left side of the door, this is the right side of the door.
Oh, how
They
funny.
numbered things. Walt had an engineered sag in the roof to make the barn look old.
Yes.
And so they had to replace all of the rafters in the correct sequence so that little sag would still be there. Now outside, the landscape was built so that the barn is minimized in scale from the outside.
Almost like a forced perspective, so it's just a little optical illusion.
This is a lovely place. And
It really is.
And we're offering it to Disney Vacation Club members for only 30 points, ladies and gentlemen. And you can spend the night here in Walt Disney. No, we're not. I'm just kidding.
Wow. This train has stops in Altadena, Pasadena, and Cucamonga. I always wanted to say that. Wow, this is incredible. Your ticket, sir.
I'm sorry, I don't have a ticket, but I need your help because I'm wedged into this seat and I can't get out.
Well, Don, you got to see this.
Yes, but I think Don has discovered the reason they took these cars off the rails eventually. This was built on the Disney sound stages at the studio in 1955.
Really?
Wow.
They are 5/8 scale trains. Walt discovered he didn't have to custom make the seats.
This is incredible.
If this seat seemed familiar to you, if there's like the smell of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches coming to your mind.
Sorry.
Because they're actual school bus seats from the 1950s.
This is why I can't get out.
They actually expected 4 people across
Wow.
No,
to
come on.
sit in these seats. Yes.
Four people
tiny
across these.
Right. And then in 1958, they opened the Grand Canyon diorama scene, which was viewed through those windows over on that side.
Yeah.
And of course, people couldn't see the beauty of that amazing diorama scene, so they quickly got some additional cars and put them on the line. This one was Walt's favorite. This was the baggage section of the Combine car. And when Walt was working as a news butch, he actually would take his breaks in the little baggage section of the Combine car.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Hey, can one of you guys help me out here?
Oh, yes.
I just cannot.
Oh,
for some
Don!
reason. Oh my gosh! Look at this. This is Ollie Jonathan, who was one of Walt's animators, built this, and this was in his backyard in a town called Flint Ridge. It even says so on the side.
This is incredible. Yeah, the people that live in here could fit on those train seats.
I know, boy, I can't live in here. Yeah, all those guys were so deeply into trains, and their kind of worlds they built around them were really fantastic. And sadly, this is where our tour comes to an end. And Doug, are you around somewhere? Can you help us? I just want to say thank you to Doug Marsh for showing us around, and thank God you showed up today, because our knowledge of Disney train history is pathetic, I think was the word I was looking for.
I've learned a lot.
I have
today.
too. So Doug, thank you. Thank you to the Carrollwood Foundation for hosting us. You guys have to come out here and visit whenever you get in Los Angeles and Griffith Park. Oh my God, it's amazing. And Bill Farmer, you're amazing. You've worked around the company for as long as I have. And what does it mean to you when you think of Walt Disney and now you're looking at some of this memorabilia? And you've done Goofy for so long, thank God. What does all that mean?
Well, this keeps Walt's memory and visions and accomplishments alive.
Yeah.
And you really sense Walt's presence when you come here. And it's just delightful, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. Thank you so much, Tom.
It's my pleasure. Until next time, who knows where we'll decide to go?
Who knows?
It's scary. Hey, Disney Vacation Club members, thank you for logging on for us, and we will see you next time. Thank you, Bill Farmer.
Thank you, and Gorsh, thank you too. We'll see you real soon.
What he said.
And please remember, while here at Walt's Barn, please don't touch. I was naughty.